Alright, welcome back to another game. This has probably been one of the most insane games I've ever played. This is sped up over 2 times speed and is still a 38-minute video. So I get my starting hand, and I only have 2 Digimon in it, but I have a lot of training and memory boosts. But I decide I think I can do better, and then immediately mulligan into a hand that is so bad. So I just hatch my egg and play out my Thomas. Also, this deck is somewhat of a it's a video that I'm gonna try and make where I just put in a bunch of really funny card arts and play against random people. So if you see some weird cards, that's because I custom made them. And hopefully I'll make a video. So I just play out my level 4 Galgamon. My opponent's already played out 2 Tamers and Patamon. They raise the Patamon and get to Digivolve into the one of Greymon, which I believe lets them search their security stack and potentially play a Tamer from it, which they are doing right now. And they get another Mirage. So if you don't know, Mirage, at the start of their turn, they gain 1 memory. And they also have the effect, like, if you Digivolve into, like, an Angemon or a Lady Devimon, then you can play an Angemon or Lady Devimon for 1 or free, I believe. So it just really helps climbing up that stack for the DNA. And then they play a 4th Tamer, and then a 5th Tamer. And the memory gain they have is just unreal. They're automatically going to start at 5 memory every turn, and then they have 2 TKs, which lets them potentially gain a memory. Their memory setter also lets them gain a memory. And if they recover, then their memory setter gains some memory. Did I repeat myself? I don't know. So I actually go and get the level 6 that lets me bounce back a Tamer, which is actually pretty decent. I probably should have returned another Tamer other than Mirai because they already have 2 Mirais on the field, so returning 1 doesn't really stop their effect. And I have Evade, but it doesn't matter because they cast Degradation. I should also say that Mega, when I bounced back the Tamer, it let me play my own Thomas, which was a neat effect. So then I play Memory Boost, finally get the first rookie of the game, but I'm still just so many Tamers in my hand. And I believe I just want the draw right now. So I play out my other Thomas, which lets me draw another card. There we go. We get the MVP of this game, Zudomon Ace. So they start their turn at their 4 memory every turn. They play out their rookie, which lets them take 2 cards. And I have a pretty decent plan for next turn. I can definitely go up my line into Zudomon and probably bounce something back. And I have really good Tamer setup with a memory boost. Okay, so here they Digivolve into Angemon. They get to search their stack, taking something out, recovering, so they'll automatically gain 3 memory from their 3 Tamers on top of the 1 memory from their Patamon inheritables, so that's a gain 4 memory. And then Mirai lets them play out, I believe, a Lady Devi from their hand, which I don't know if they have that or not. They don't. So they go into the Devimon, which it's a decent tech. I don't know how good it is, but it's definitely somewhat good because they used it decently. So they play another Mirai. I think they might. I don't know if they gained a memory because they only gave me 4 memory for that. Because Mirai is a 5 memory Tamer. I'm not sure. So start my main phase. I could remove one of the sources. I'm just digivolving up my line. Zudomon trashes 2 sources, so it has no sources. I bounce it back. Gain some memory off inheritables, then Digivolve up into my Mega and bounce back their final dude. So then I attack into security, I tap Thomas so we both draw 1. I'm bricking, so I just really need more cards. And then I tap Thomas to unsuspend, and even though I bounce them back to have nothing on their field, I check the whatever option, which lets them play out that darn Gatomon, so they can easily DNA Digivolve next turn. And I'm not sure if I want to risk another swing of security. I do have jamming, but they could easily swing over me next turn. Because, well, Mirage isn't exactly known for its DP gains. So my opponent's turn starts at 5 memory because, you know, it's the new meta. I'm just kidding, but it is ridiculous how they're at this state. So they Digivolve 4-1 into their Angemon. And they're not going to search their stack because they know I'd gain memory. And then here they tap the Mirage to play out a Lady Devimon. So yeah, Mirage actually gains memory on all turns whenever a card is added to your opponent's hand by an effect. So that's why they didn't search their stack. Even though they would gain 3 memory, I think I'd also gain 3 memory back. So maybe they should have done that. And then we're just thinking about what to do. I have the Zudomon Ace, so if my dude dies, they're gonna gain 3 memory. Well, technically the ruling is I lose 3 memory, which it's sometimes important. So here they go into a Fanimon, they recover, and now they can activate their memory gains without having any repercussions. And then they go into Mastemon. Earlier, their Gatomon added an Ordinemon to their hand, so really they're just trying to set up that Ordinemon play. And so they add another card to the security stack, but because they aren't DNA, Digivolving, or whatever, they're not going to play a card by an effect. And then Gatomon, end of turn, they can Digivolve into Ordinemon, DNA Digivolve. I'll lose 3 memory, set them to 1, but my Gomamon can be played because it was deleted by an effect. Swinging security, they hit my hybrid, so that's alright. It's not like I need that to finish off the game. And then, it doesn't matter that I have Gomamon, they're just gonna play Magnet Angemon, Ace, and recover and delete it. I believe they recovered, I can't remember if they did. I'm pretty sure it's like capped out at a limit on how much you can recover. So I play out my Zudomon Ace for 4. I remove 2 inheritables. I'm pretty sure it's just like retaliation and blocker inheritables, and then I bounce back their Magnamon Ace. So I gain, well, they lose 3 memory, so it's essentially a 1 cost Zudomon Ace. I pop my training, go into Mirage, bounce the top card of their security stack, back. So it was only a 2 cost Digivolution, then gain 3 memory. Then I Digivolve in the back. I can't actually swing. And I know they're going to start at absurd amounts of memory. So I just play Ice Wall to really hopefully slow down their game plan. I'm not too entirely sure on what they can do, but it's certainly a lot. So they search the security stack, Digivolve with the Patamon effect, and then put a card at the bottom. And yeah, they just gain tons of memory. Nothing much I can do. They're at 9 memory now. And then they play a TK with their Greymon. And then I believe they could have gained a memory with that TK. I'm not sure what they're doing. But they can just easily go up the line to really anything they want. I couldn't even swing in with my Mirage, which is fine. So then here they Digivolve into Lady Devimon. They can trash a card to add a card from their trash to their hand. But because they do that, they'll end up losing, I believe, 3 memory. However, now they can tap Mirage to play Anjawomon for free. And they probably have a DNA or Mega in there. We've both been drawing an insane amount of cards. And it's sort of crazy at this point how long the game has gone and they're still at 5 security. So they swing in, they lose 2 memory. I'm definitely not forgetting that effect. And then Chaos Degradation. They lost 2 memory from the Ice Wall is what I meant to say. And then they just gain back. I lose memory, so I'm set to 3. Then I Digivolve up the line. I gain DP. And then I will go into the Mirage for 4. I will bounce back their Lady Devimon with Inheritables, gain 1 memory from my Inheritables, and then gain 3 memory. And I really want to go into my burst mode. So I swing in once, so then I can tap my Thomas to unsuspend, then I Digivolve into burst mode. Bounce back their Digimon. I could have bounced back their Anjawomon and then swung over Digimon, but Digimon can actually, I believe, has a way to have recursion, but I think they could have recurred. I'm not too sure about the Digimon effects. So I probably should have read it before doing my whole plays and stuff. But anyways, we do the when attacking, you know, shuffle their hand and then remove cards until they have 8. And then, so my opponent is actually bottom decking 5 cards. I'm letting them view it beforehand, and then I unsuspend. So then swing in, I tap the Thomas, so they go up to 9 cards, and then I randomly remove 1 card to do another check. Thwart defeat. Why are they playing that? I don't know. It's certainly a tech. And then Chaos Degradation, and I'm gone. So I believe I could have actually gone for game if there wasn't a Chaos Degradation in there, because I had 2 more Thomases on the field. But that's fine. This is what you expect. Then we play out a memory boost, just setting up for the next turn. And I don't know, whatever I play is gonna die, so I might as well play my funny looking Gaomon. You know, if it survives, then maybe I can go up my line. I don't really expect it to. And then, you know, my opponent starts at their casual 5 memory every turn. Let's just see what they do. Because, I mean, my opponent's literally playing in creative mode right now. They just have unstoppable amounts of memory gain. So here they play out the Gatomon, they do their casual search. Take another Gatomon and I can't remember, I didn't see what the card was. And then they check Azumon Ace. Honestly, I really didn't want them to check Zudamon Ace because it is such a lifesaver in this deck. And that's my 3rd and final Zudamon Ace, so I know I'm not going to get any others. So now, with their Gatomon effect, they Digivolve for 1 into Lady Devimon. Use Mirage to play the Anjawomon, and then... I don't know what they gain that memory off of. But they're doing shenanigans. I'm letting the pro deal with their own deck, because this is the first time I'm seeing it myself. I mean, I've seen Mastemon, but not with all their... I say new support with Mirage, but that's been out for a while. It's just been a while since it's been pretty meta. So they do their DNA Digivolution, and then they play out their Devimon, and with the Mastemon effect that will kill my Gaomon. Then they swing in, and I'm just left at 1 security. We actually know what it is because the Chaos Degradation, it was like my evade Mirage Galgamon. Yeah, and they're just writing the board. Not really much I can do. I don't have any way to gain Rush except for going into my 1-of Hybrid, which they've already killed. Oh wait, that wasn't the evade Mirage, that was my, whatever. My burst mode. So I know there's nothing I can do without my Lanamon. I don't know, some people call it Lana, some people call it Ranamon, it's just the hybrid. I believe that's a translation thing. So, my takeaway is I definitely should have taken that starting hand instead of mulliganing it. So, I get a pretty decent hand, and I think my opponent's hand is decent too, because they play out the Gatomon. It may look like they're giving me a lot of memory, but I believe that's actually what they want to do. Just hard playing Gatomon, but it is pretty risky. Because, as in this circumstance, I just play Zudamon and bounce it back, and they've lost a ton of tempo. So now all they have is one rookie on the field. I can really punish them hard if I get my Mega, but I don't have it. So Digivolving the Gatomon, they don't actually get their effect, and on top of that, they have to Digivolve for 3. So then I raise my Gomamon, I trash their Inheritable, and then pop Memory Boost, play Memory Boost, and I find my Mirage. So I heavily punish them. This is the second time. It's only their, second turn, and I bounce. Well, this is now their third turn, but I bounced back the same Gatomon twice. So, unfortunate for them. And I have pretty decent setup. Only thing is, I don't have jamming, I'm just 12k, and my opponent runs a ridiculous amount of Megas and Chaos Degradations, so I know I have to be aggressive here, but really, I have a really high chance of dying when I swing in. So my opponent plays Gatomon, and because this is their turn, and they add a card back to their hand, by an effect, my Mirage will gain another 2 memory. I don't actually have a champion, so that's unfortunate. Oh, but then I swing in, and they Digivolve into their Magnemon Ace. I was completely not expecting that. And so they delete my Gomamon, recover, and then first check is Chaos Degradation. I lose 3 memory and lose my whole board off of that. But then I play out my Zudamon Ace, which allows me to bounce back their Magnet Angemon, so they lose 3 memory, so it's essentially a 1 cost. And then to end the turn, I just play my Gaomon to search for more cards, because I really need that champion. And then here they play the Mirage, but luckily I have a Mirage in my hand that can bounce it back. But here I'm a little greedy, and I Digivolve into my champion. Oh. Okay, I should have played it off of my champion, but I think I was just being a little narrow-minded because I can also just play it for free off of my Mirage effect. So I swing in with my champion. It has jamming, and luckily I checked the Mega with my jamming. I would have actually died if I swung in with my Mirage with 12k, and then I would have lost 3 memory. So it's a good thing I didn't swing in with my Mega first. Otherwise, I think I would have just lost the game right then and there. And our board is set up fairly decently. My opponent has tons of cards in their hand, but they do not have really anything on the board. So they Digivolve into Angemon, and they attack, and then they delete my champion. At first, we thought it was just like a win attacking, but no, yet. Well, it is a win attacking, but you do have to delete the Digimon to activate that. So at first we let the check go through before we reread it, and they took it like a champ because you have to delete it, and now their board is left with nothing. So yeah, I mean, it's good for me, but it was definitely... I try and get the most high-quality gameplay without people making misplays, but it's okay. At some point, just misplays are inevitable. So they play out their Magnum Angemon Ace. They recover up. They're still at 5 security after everything that's happened. And then I swing in, and of course the first check that they just recovered is a dude that just deletes my Mirage, so I no longer have that on the field. But I can play my own Zudomon Ace for essentially 1 cost because I bounce back their dude. They're a Magnamon Ace. Magna Angemon. And then Digivolve into Mirage, bounce the top card of their security, gain 3 memory, and choke them at 1 memory. And then my opponent is thinking about what to play. And it's a Mirage. So I can't bounce this back anymore because my evade Mirage is gone. So here I swing in with my 12k Mirage, and then with my jamming Gaomon. I unsuspend my jamming dude because I don't want them to swing over it, and I believe, yeah, I'm just choking them to 1 memory and taking the Lanomon to hopefully close out a game, hopefully, with it. And it's also just a really solid card to Digivolve into anyways. Mirai will gain them 1 memory, but I don't believe there's anything much they can do. And there we go. They just scoop it out. So that's what happens when you actually get a hand that doesn't brick. Let's see if my next hand will be good or not. So, I don't know who's going first. Oh yeah, right at this point, we actually thought the game ended because it had been about 50 minutes of gameplay for only 2 matches, and then we remembered we still had a 3rd match to go. So then I draw my hand, and it's pretty bad, but I can play out the Zudomon Ace, but can also play out 2 mental trainings to hopefully get a rookie. And I feel like I've learned my lesson after the first round, where I had so many memory boosts, and I really should have taken it. So here I see I have like 2 mental trainings and a Zudomon Ace. I'm like, what are the chances I don't find a rookie? And I don't find a rookie. So it's another bricking hand. I was fooled by the 2 mental trainings. But I know I can always just hard play a Zudomon Ace at the end of the day. And I play out my Galgamon. It's pretty risky. It has a really high chance of dying, but if it survives, then I'm back in the game. The thing about bricking and just having 4 hands is sometimes you just have to make those risky plays to go back into the game. Get back in the game. So Lady Devimon, I think they trash a card, but they don't add anything back or something like that. Oh no, they trash the card so they can put it into their security stack for their DNA Digivolve. And really here, they just have to play out a level 4, level 5, and then they'll delete my Gaomon. So yep, they play out their Gatomon, and this is just great tempo. They get to have really cheap Evo, they get a search, they also get to delete my dude, and I'm in a bad spot. So yeah, they have to check a really good option for me, and they check Ice Wall, so it passes over to my turn, and then I get a rookie off of the top deck. So, oh my gosh, the luck is back. And then I play out my Zudomon Ace, I trash the inheritables that matter to their Mastemon, and then bounce back their Gatomon, so they can't use its extreme tempo effect to Digivolve for just 1. They swing in, they check his Zudomon Ace. I slightly died inside when I saw that, because I need every Zudomon Ace I can get. So this Zudomon Ace on the field, the Zudomon in the trash and the Zudomon in my hand are the only Zudomons I have. So they play out TK, add a card to their hand, you know, just doing their casual shenanigans. I really need to get a Mega next turn, or a Thomas Tamer. They play out another Mirage, so their memory gain is already going to be insane. I Digivolve in the champion. I really hope I got a Thomas off of that so I could play it for free, but it's not happening. And it's not going the best. I don't have a Mega, which I desperately need. I can't play Zudomon Ace because they have the resources, so I wouldn't actually bounce it back. I play Gaomon to search. Oh, I believe I bottom decked with my Gaomon effect. Gaomon, you're supposed to trash the cards that you search. So that's a misplay, but I don't think it'll matter too much in this game. But even off of the search, I didn't find a Mega. I think a good play could have actually here been play the Gomamon, hopefully trash a source at the start of my next turn from the Mastemon, and then play Zudomon to bounce back the Mastemon. But I don't think it matters too much. Most of their effects are actually gained when Digivolving up, and after they have their Mastemon or whoever on the field, it doesn't actually do much. So I'm more worried about the effects they get when Digivolving. The only thing is they could have either Ordinmon or, oh my gosh. What is the one dude called? The Omnimon's Wart Defeat to Papa Tamer. So they check my security. There we go. Memory Setter, Thomas. The luck I'm getting is bringing me back. This is the luck I needed after having a completely terrible starting hand. I still don't have a Mega. And then I Digivolve and drawn to it. So we are coming back into this game. So I Digivolve, I bounce back their Anjuamon or whatever. And then here I believe I can just... Yes, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into my Mirage Burst. I'm going to bounce back their Gatomon. I'll gain 2 memory. And then I'll just swing over the Mastemon. And then we do like the whole hand shuffle thing. Bottom deck cards. And I'm feeling so good. Do you see my board compared to theirs? I have a Burst Mode. A Zudomon Ace. A Champion. And then a Rookie in the back. And so I Digivolve into my Gaomon because I don't have a Thomas. I can play it for free. So I'll swing in, use my Thomas so they draw a card, and then I can do the whole hand shuffle thing again. And then here I'm going to Digivolve into my Mirage Evade dude. So I'll bounce back a Mirage, so they'll gain less memory at the start of every turn, and that allows me to play another Thomas. So I have 2 Megas, 2 Tamers, a Champion on the board, and a Rookie in the back. And they just have a Patamon and 2 Tamers. So the game is looking overwhelmingly in my favor. And I'm feeling really good. I even have a Zudomon Ace in my pocket. So I'm prepared. My opponent is thinking about what to do. And I think you'll see the MVP of this game. The MVP of their deck. But they're thinking pretty hard. And here we go. Chaos Degradation. So they get rid of one of my Megas. Trash a top card, it's a Gomamon. So I'm like, whatever. I still have my Mega on the board. You know, he's 12k. He's really cool. And stuff like that. I Digivolve into my Ultimate, and I get another Mirage. So things are looking pretty good. Here I swing in with my Gomamon, first check Chaos Degradation, they get rid of my Mirage, and then Zudomon Ace passes over to their turn, and then they go up to 3 memory. So everything has gone downhill. 2 Chaos Degradations in a row. Even after being out since, I don't know, was it BT8? It is, or maybe it was BT9, it's still one of the strongest cards in the game. And I am left pretty vulnerable here. I can't remember if they used their Patamon effect. I think maybe they knew what cards were in the security and didn't use it, because I believe they, like, digivolved into Gatomon. But then they play out their Angelmon by, you know, the Mirage effect. They go up, and then they go into Mastemon. Mastemon's effect. Because they play a level 5, they'll delete my level 5, and then on play from their level 5, they'll recover 1 and then do DP minus to my rookie. So after I was overwhelmingly defeating them, 2 Chaos Degradations and a Mastemon, or well, I should say 2 Chaos Degradations and a Magnemon Ace later, and my board is completely destroyed. However, here I can actually play Azumamon Ace, trash the card, they lose through 3 memory, and then bounce back Ophanimon. That was I only trashed 1 card, so I believe I should trash another, and I'm just thinking about what to do. And here it just has to be their Patamon effect to gain a memory. Then I'll Digivolve into Mirage, and bounce the top card, their security to their hand, gain memory. I think I popped a training boost for that too. And then I'll play Full Moon Meteor Impact to bounce their Mastemon to their hand, and it'll gain me 2 memory to set them to 4. So, wow, that was really scary. My whole board was wiped, and they had a really good board with 2 megas, and then I just wiped their board back. And honestly, it's all because of the ace mechanics, really. I mean, it's not really all because of the ace mechanics, but even though that was a little frustrating for, I believe, both of us here, it did leave and was really just a fun dynamic. So I believe ace cards are really just a fun dynamic and add another layer of complexity to these games. So here they play out their Gatomon with their, I don't know, Flame Hell Scythe. And actually, because they add a card to their hand, I will gain 3 memory. And then now it's my turn. So I really want to bounce this Gatomon back, but I'm not really sure if I'll be able to or not. I do actually have jamming with my champion. So I'm just thinking about what to do. So I'll swing in. I'll tap my Thomas, and I'll just gain a bunch of memory. First check is another 12k, so I die instantly and lose 3 memory. You know, it is pretty frustrating, but it happens. And then I swing in again and Chaos Sticker. Oh my gosh, I did not remember. Oh my gosh. Wow. I did not remember this game. It's been about like 2 or 3 weeks since I played this game. Wow, that was just so unlucky. And my board is completely cleared again. Honestly, I know their Gatomon is gonna probably do crazy things, but I really need to have set up here. And if you look at my hand, I only actually have 2 Digimon in my hand, and they're both rookies. I have no other stuff, so going up the line is going to be so incredibly hard. But I just need that setup while also having to remove the Gatomon. And so here, I just hope my rookie lives, and if not, I lose the game. So I believe they know what's in their security stack, so they don't actually use the Patamon's effect, and they just just Digivolve into Gatomon for the 3. They Digivolve into the Lady Devimon. And then tap Mirage to play the Angemon. They're actually gaining memory from the Lady Devimon, because the Lady Devimon is your turn when you play out like an Angemon, you actually gain a memory. So I was sort of confused about that earlier, but I just remembered. And Angemon actually has the same effect. So they're gonna DNA Digivolve, do their shenanigans, play Lucemon Chaos Mode. Mastemon's effect will delete my rookie on the board, and then Lucemon will actually delete my Tamer, and then they check security. I can't remember how many Chaos Degradations have been in this game. I think it may have been all 3, so they just know all of my security now, but I can't say for sure. It's been, like, the game's been on so long. So there they Digivolve into the Zwart defeat, and I lose my Thomas. Honestly, it's pretty frustrating, but I have to give props to them. That was absolutely insane. Yeah. And they play TK, and I went from hero to absolute 0. There's, like, nothing I can do. I played the Gomamon, so I can't be blocked. And here I'm thinking, possibly the only thing I can do is, I know earlier I bottom decked a Ranamon near the beginning of the game. So I played my mental training and I hope to search for it, but I don't find it. And then I'm just like, the only thing I can do is hopefully just top deck this Lanamon or Ranamon. I don't actually think I'm going to be able to go up my line, but I could have played out cards to hopefully go up the line next turn. But I didn't think it was really possible because I didn't know how many Megas I had left, and I'd have to draw pretty well. And I pass over to my opponent's turn, and Mirai gains them a memory. Also, if you haven't noticed, several people have joined and started spectating this game. It's just been so long we've had 2 spectators, actually. But it's fine. So they swing in. Honestly, they know what it's going to be. There was the Mirage, and then they play out their Devimon because... And then they have Rush. And that's it. I think definitely I should have done the route where I try and Digivolve up the line to hopefully get multiple checks. But it didn't matter either way. Well, if you enjoyed this game, I recommend leaving a like and a subscribe, because that is definitely one of the most insane games I think I have ever played in my career, and I've played since before the game came out in English. And also, if there were any misplays or you would have done anything differently, definitely leave a comment to say what you would have done. Thanks for watching.